Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my transfer plans for Double Game Week 33. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. What are your plans for the next game week? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a quick look at how we're currently getting on in Double Game Week 32. I'm sitting on 50 points, which is a very small green arrow from 81k to 75k. My triple captain is active on Isaac. Unfortunately, only came away with one return in last night's fixture. Should have been two, had a really good chance, and it was honestly nothing he did wrong. It was just a very good save from the United goalkeeper. But that goal there would have been worth about like 18 points because it would have been 12 from the goal, probably 2 bonus points as well. So yeah, would have been absolutely unreal if that went in. Unfortunately, it didn't, but we are still on a green arrow. I'm hoping he can get something against Palace though, because from 2 home fixtures, I'd want a little bit more than, I guess, 21 points. If he blanks against Palace, he'll be on 21 altogether. But either way, currently sitting on 50 points, game week rank of 1.9 mil. Raya picking up 2 points, did concede in the very last moments of the game, which is very unfortunate. But I guess a lot of people were running double Arsenal defense this week because of bench boosting and everything, so maybe it actually helped my rank with there being no Arsenal clean sheet. It's hard to really say. Gvardiol only picking up the 1 pointer. Not really sure what happened there. Conceding 2 goals very early on in the game, at home as well, to Palace was not on my bingo card, but unfortunately they did, so Gvardiol came away with nothing. Well, it came away with 1 point. Munoz came away with nothing because they went and conceded 5 goals, which I was not expecting. 7 goals in that game. Nobody was really calling that, but especially after the 0-0 that City just had with United, and then they go and score 5. It's just like, how does that even happen? But either way, Munoz picking up a 0-pointer, and then Livramento with the 2 points as well, because of course United did score, which was kind of Livramento's fault as well. I don't think he tracked the runner or something like that. But anyway, at the back it's gone terrible. No returns at all. In midfield it didn't go too bad. We did get a return from every single player. So Mo Salah picking up 6 points, which I think his effective ownership was actually over 100%, so that actually hurt my rank a tiny bit, but it's not the worst case scenario. Saar finally getting a return for me, picking up the assist, so he got 5 points. Murphy also getting 5 points, and then also Rodgers picking up 6 points as well. It was kind of hard to call whether I was going to bench Saka or bench Rodgers, and part of me was like, Saka's definitely getting benched. There's no way he's going to play. So I just thought I'd gamble on Rodgers. And luckily, it actually worked out because Saka did come on, only picked up 1 point, whereas Rodgers picked up 6. So 5-point difference there, which obviously is massive. And then Mateta picking up a 1-pointer, came off at half-time. Not happy about that at all. He's been very bad for me, really. I think he's got 1 goal for me. The rest of the time, he's literally just been coming off early, so really unfortunate. Isaac with a 15-pointer, and then Marmoush with 7 points. He was on 6, but he did go up to 7 from the bonus, so pretty happy about that. And then on the bench, very glad I did not play bench boost this week, because I would have gone Gabriel to Saliba, who obviously didn't get any returns. So Areola picked up 2, Saka picked up 1, Kirkez is going to play tonight, and then Gabriel, of course, is out for the season. So yeah, I mean, it's another green arrow, but it still feels a little bit I'm like less enthusiastic about it, just simply because I never get lucky with triple captain, and 1 return so far, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I definitely want at least 3 returns over the double game week. So he's going to have to go to Palace and, well, he's going to have to go against Palace and score and get an assist or something to make me properly happy about this triple captaincy. Because right now, I don't know, 1 return's better than nothing, obviously, but it just feels a little bit less, anticlimactic. But at least I'm guaranteed 6 more points, you'd like to think, and then hopefully anything more than that is obviously very much wanted. But 50 points so far. Still got 2 fixtures left to play. Obviously, Fulham play Bournemouth tonight, and then of course it is the second game for Newcastle and Palace, which takes place on Wednesday, which I'm not going to be watching. I'm going to be watching the Champions League game, so we'll hopefully have Isaac scoring anyway. But either way, that is how I'm currently getting on in Double Game Week 32. Moving on to the transfers though, for Double Game Week 33, I have 3.1 mil in the bank with 1 free transfer, and I've got quite a few doublers, but there is a couple of situations that I do need to sort out. I do want to quickly talk about the whole Jacob Murphy situation though, because the transfer from Gordon to Murphy, I'm still pretty content with, because even though Gordon got onto the pitch last night, I don't think he starts the next game because Barnes is just having such a good he's just having such a good season now. You know, he's just got a brace against Man United. He obviously scored against Leicester. He's just playing very, very well. And I don't even think Barnes came off for Gordon. So I don't know if it was Murphy that came off and then Barnes went to the right. I don't really know. But that's the one thing I'm kind of worried. Like maybe Barnes doesn't lose his spot and it's actually Murphy that loses his spot to Gordon. But then Murphy's also having a really good season as well. So I don't think Gordon's really going to start on ahead of either of those. So maybe, yeah, I mean, Gordon was just a terrible pick on wildcard. I think we can all agree on that. He's way far behind Murphy. I'm probably like down 20 points going Gordon instead of Murphy on the wildcard. Tried to play it smart, went for the, I guess, more secure player, more attacking player, and it just obviously kind of went really, really bad. But either way, just wanted to quickly talk about that because obviously Newcastle players are very much in high demand right now. But anyway, let's move on to the transfers for Double Game Week 33 though. And without a doubt, definitely getting rid of Gabriel this week, and it will be for Saliba, who has Ipswich away and Crystal Palace at home. So that is a transfer that I'm 1000% making unless something happens to Saliba in the Champions League. There is going to be heavy rotation, I think, again for Arsenal, but I'm just hoping because it's after the Champions League game that they'll go with a full squad. I mean, the league is lost now anyway. The draw against Brentford and then, of course, Liverpool winning at the weekend. They do know that the league is over and there's no reason to really risk any players in the league when they, you know, maybe when they would obviously start in the Champions League. Like something happens to Saka against like Ipswich and he's out for the Champions League games. It's just going to be like, it's just going to be detrimental for Arsenal. So, I don't know, like Saka is my captain this week, and I still think he's a very good captaincy option, but if he doesn't start, then it's just a bit, I don't know, because there's a lot of other players that are going to be doubling. It's just obviously Arsenal has the best double in my opinion. Maybe Marmoush has a really good double. Maybe you go captain over him, and I'm kind of debating on whether to do that because obviously Haaland still isn't back. So yeah, it's going to be between Saka and Marmoush in my opinion for the captaincy, and I probably will go Marmoush just because it's a little bit safer in terms of minutes. But either way, that's going to be my first transfer. So Gabriel out for Saliba, and then I think I just kind of want to get rid of Kirkez as well. Obviously, don't know what's going to happen tonight with the fixture. He might smash it tonight. He's on my bench anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'd rather just have a double game week player, I think. So I'm probably just going to go triple City. And then, obviously, get rid of Kirkez for that. The only issue is, of course, the blanks and the doubles kind of later on in the season. I could be shooting myself in the foot by going 3 City, because if they end up blanking again, then that's obviously going to be very, very bad. I have to use my free hit in 34, though, because that's just the way that I've gone. I've got absolutely no players barring Newcastle and I think Salah and also Areola playing in 34, so I have to use my free hit because I've got, like, no players. Otherwise, I would have definitely used my free hit further down in the season. We just don't know the results. Obviously, as a Forest fan, I really, really hope that we beat City and we go on into the final. And obviously, then that means City will not blank, which is obviously fantastic news. But it's going to be a hard game to win, especially how we're playing at the moment. We definitely put our foot off the gas. But anyway, Kirkez will be going out, and it'll probably be out for Ruben Diaz. I've spoken about this quite a bit recently, but that would be a player that I would go for rather than going for a Villa play. Even though Villa are probably going to be out of the Champions League, so they're going to be playing like full strength for the league. I just don't really like the double that Villa have. You know, Newcastle at home and City away is not great from a defensive standpoint. It's fine playing Rodgers and stuff like that, but from a defensive standpoint, it's just not great. Whereas Everton away and then Villa at home seems a lot better on paper, even though they have just conceded 2 to Palace at home. Still think it's worth going City over Villa. And again, might go wrong, but if they don't blank, then they've got Wolves at home, Southampton away coming up. Pretty nice to double up against those, but we'll see what happens. But I think that's probably the direction that I'm going to go in this week with my transfer. So I will be taking a -4 hit, which is another reason why I need Isak to absolutely go crazy against Palace just to make that hit a little bit better. But yeah, that's kind of where my head's at with double game week 33. And then of course game week 34 will be free hitting. I'll be making a free hit draft obviously because I'll be using my free hit. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now though, very, very likely to be Gabriel out for Saliba and Kirkez out for Ruben Diaz just to get an extra player. And again, if Diaz gets absolutely nothing and he concedes in both games, it's just still going to be getting me my 4 points back, as opposed to if I would have played Kirkez, who I don't think is going to do well because they have Palace away. But anyway, that's everything from me. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 100 likes, does really help out. Leave a comment, what are your FPL plans for Double Game Week 33? Also, how are you getting on in Double Game Week 32? Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.